Hello everyone, it's your boy, SunEnda79, back with some more quality content for you. This is gonna be a little different, a lot more compound and focused, so please bear with me. By the way, I took a lot of time to brainstorm and edit this video, so please like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's begin. Today I'll be talking about cartoon characters that you love when coming up as a jit. Not that nigga. I'm referring to the paragons of justice you love watching so much on Saturday mornings. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but some of them niggas aren't really right in the head and some of them need their chromosome count assessed. I'm gonna give y'all 5 of these so-called heroes who are actually crash-outs and who need to be studied. Number 5, we got Robin from the 2003 Teen Titans show. So at the bottom of the list, we got the boy of wonder himself. Now, full disclaimer, I was actually very hesitant on putting him on this list as I have a very soft spot for this nigga since he was very literally nurtured into being an agent of vengeance by Batman at age 8. But recently, I had to get a quick reminder from one of my favorite YouTubers, CJ the Champ, and one of my best friends why Robin should be on this list. For one, you should not have that much. What takes the icing on the cake for me was the shit that he pulled in the Trouble in Tokyo movie. So basically, one peaceful day in Jump City, the Titans get attacked by a shinobi with a jetpack. Look at this frosty freeze odd nigga. Anywho, they catch the dude, and Robin is not very pleased with how the interrogation is going. So the shinobi dude escapes, and Robin is like, fuck it, we taking a trip to Japan. Fast forward, Robin finally catches up to the frosty freeze looking odd nigga and settles some unfinished business. Tell me why this nigga is handcuffed and he jumps off of a 100-story building just to suplex this nigga with his knees and beat him to a pulp so bad in front of the entire Japanese public that they lock this nigga up thinking that he's the criminal. I'm still in awe how this nigga literally flew thousands of miles across the world to suplex another nigga off of a building. Batman would never. Like I said earlier, the amount of hate and dedication that this nigga Robin has for his ops is unreal, let alone for a child. This shit needs to be studied, y'all. This nigga is definitely crash out material. Number 4, we got Iron Man. Now, when I say Iron Man, I am referring to the unhinged alcoholic douchebag from the comics, not his MCU counterpart. He's basically Marvel Jesus before Deadpool and can never do no wrong. His comic book counterpart, on the other hand, is no fucking saint and is actually kinda evil. And when I'm finished here today, y'all may not look at Mr. Stark the same anymore. Now, full disclaimer, Iron Man is actually my favorite Marvel hero, and I thought Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman were all overrated as fuck when I was a kid, and none of them niggas can touch him. So you can't say I'm being biased. Now, moving on. One of the most notorious things that he did was leading the pro registration team in the Civil War storyline. Okay, maybe leading a team wasn't so bad, but that did give him some silver lining to do some questionable things. Like convincing Spider-Man to reveal his identity and then 3 seconds later his Aunt May gets killed. And to add insult to injury, Tony then proceeds to nearly put our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in a body bag as well when he defects to join Cap's team. Anyone remember this nigga? Well, I don't either because nobody knows any black heroes without electric powers. But yeah, Tony built an android Thor and it killed that nigga, and rightfully Thor finds out about this and beats the shit out of Tony, but shit is still fucked up. That dude is still dead and still hasn't been revived yet to this day. He also allowed supervillains, you know, the same motherfuckers that want world domination, to hunt down heroes who choose not to reveal their identities. Some hero, huh? Don't get me started on the time when he pushed for the idea to banish the Hulk to an alien gladiator planet and then blew up his family with the ship that he arrived on. And when he poisoned the fucking water supply. Did y'all forget about that? He poisoned the water supply so he could make money off the people that were being poisoned. Like, bro's pulling Mr. Krabs level of greed. In short, bro, Iron Man should be locked up, thrown underneath the jail, studied, and then had the key thrown away, maybe even swallowed as well, you know. because this nigga is clearly not right in the head. But I guess the only reason why he ain't getting locked up is because he's a rich white man. Moving on. Number 3, Ben Tennyson. Now I know y'all didn't expect this one. Ben Tennyson, a unhinged psycho in this video. Hear me out. It goes without saying that as a kid, Ben 10 was my absolute GOAT. I love cartoons, but Ben was literally the only reason why I would be fiending to turn the Cartoon Network channel before I even took my backpack off after school. OG Ben 10 was S-tier fiction, but they just had to one-up it with Ben 10 Alien Force, where Ben is a teenager, and when I saw that trailer as a 5-year-old child, I kid you not, bruh, I almost shat my pants. Now, the first 2 seasons of this show was straight gas, bruh. You got Ben as a 15-year-old child who had gone through the most insane character development off-screen, 5-year time skip, and bruh, like, he's not even finished growing. Like, he's still a kid. Like, come on, bruh. Like, I guess you could say Ben was the definition of aura in the late 2000s era. I mean, come on, bruh. He was literally one of the main faces of the Fusion Fall game. Like, you can't tell me that's aura, bruh. But unfortunately, all great things must have to come to an end, because Ben basically got a lot of hate from the fans because of his more modest and mature character, and they wanted to see him act like more of his 10-year-old self again, you know, the ignorant doofus dweeball nigga. They even went as far as to bringing back his old op when he was a kid, Vilgax, but, you know, that still couldn't really save the quality of the show. We do see glimpses of Ben's psychopathy get cracked within season 3. Like when he transformed into Ghost Freak and tried to murder his fucking friends, and when he transforms back, he says this.
No. Hold your applause.
Let's not mention this episode where he was supposed to initiate the new plumber kids, and he did this to one of them.
Bruh. Polaris pile driver! Bruh. Antarian arm bar! Bruh. Ophiuchus face plant! Serious butt kicking! Bruh.
Mind you, bruh, this is one of the nigga's friends, and I've yet to see an ass whooping like this, like one that's this embarrassing on one of Ben's ops. It just gets worse from here in Ultimate Alien. Mind you, he also has a girlfriend who he casually goes out of his way to neglect, manipulate, and shit on her for the entirety of the series. You know, at one point, his boy Kevin is off the perk and goes crazy because he absorbed a bunch of power, and Ben uses a plumber cadet facility as a battleground without their consent, and Kevin starts catching mad bodies in that scene. So that nigga basically used a bunch of people who were still in training, you know, cadets, as pawns. The icing on the cake was when Albedo, you know, Ben's twin, was trying to build a device that could revert him back to his original form, and Ben thought it was a doomsday device, so he fucked it up for Albedo, and rightfully so, Albedo crashed out, and Ben nearly killed him for it. And it just goes to saying that this iteration of the series made me hate Ben as a character, and I am genuinely concerned about this motherfucker's chromosome situation. Number 2, Goku. Goku. The face and godfather of shonen anime. One of my favorite fictional characters of all time, and one of the best fictional characters of all time, is fucking mental, bro. In a lot of ways, Goku Black to me really is the real Goku. The Goku you and I love in the orange gi, you know, the one that loves to fight, eat, neglects his family, and is quote-unquote stupid, is a schemer and a faker. I personally think that this playful, joyful, moronic front that he puts up is a facade to hide behind his true, sick, and twisted personality. I mean, everyone loves to talk about him giving Cell a senzu bean was a stupid moment, but not in a moral moment? I mean, you gotta assess what he just did, bro. Not only did he just sentence his only son at the time to death, but he basically just doomed the entire fucking universe. But wait, there's more. That's not the only time he doomed the universe in the same franchise. Yeah, you remember Majin Buu? You know, the same fat motherfucker that likes to turn people into chocolate and eat them? Yeah, that's kind of Goku's fault. Because he knew that if he were to fight Majin Vegeta, all the damage he would receive would further progress Buu's formation. You know, so the countless civilians that were turned into chocolate, Play-Doh, blown up in the end, including his family and friends. That goes back to Goku, buddy. The first thing that this man does in his debut in Super is murder trillions, maybe even quadrillions. I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna do all the fucking math. In his fight with Beerus, because like they were basically breaking the universe. He also pushed and advocated for the destruction and erasure of his entire multiverse, just so you could fight in a battle royale with other fighters just for the sole purpose of fighting. Not to mention he brought back Frieza to life, which is literally no different than bringing back Hitler to life. You know, that's the same motherfucker that destroyed his fucking entire race, murdered his friends, and done so many other horrible things that I can't bring up on this channel, or it might not ever get the chance to get monetized. Now, even Frieza Saga Vegeta had more chill than this, and that definitely says a lot, because that man was on straight demon time in that arc. Yeah, guys, please don't let this nigga smile fool you, because if you do, you'll either get Death Beam, Chocolate Beam, Hakai, or Kamehameha out of existence. This nigga is crazy. Number 1, Batman. Now, I originally wanted to put Goku on the top of this list, but I have had a lot of words I've been saving for Mr. Wayne for years. So, let's unpack this case file. This is so concerning that I had to re-record this voiceover for this particular character. Now, all of us know that Batman is not entirely 1000% sane. I mean, if you know, you know. Bro had his parents deleted in front of him in cold blood. He spends his entire night enacting war on Gotham's crime underworld, and he has a king for employing 8-year-old sidekicks to fight alongside him for his war on crime. Now, why I specifically wanted to put Batman on this list was because of his no-kill rule. And we all know that Batman's no-kill rule has been getting a lot of ununanimous hate in verse and in real life for good reason. Some people claim that the hate that Batman gets for his no-kill rule isn't fair, and will try to even go as far as to comparing it to Spider-Man's no-kill rule, but comparing a man with nothing to lose to a man with everything to lose are two completely ballparks, dog. For instance, if you even touch one of Spider-Man's loved ones, then I'm sorry, bro, he's cooking you. Full power, no holding back, black suit timing, like... Now, I can excuse Batman for not killing the Joker after he's killed like a quadrillion people, but as soon as that motherfucker touches your child, it should be raps, no questions asked. And no, I'm not just talking about Jason Todd. Several other of his children or sidekicks have been touched up by the Joker, including Barbara, who was crippled, and Tim, who was literally kidnapped and tortured for weeks on end until he turned into a mini Joker. And here's the kicker, bro. Batman didn't even kill the Joker in that story. Tim did. Now, I've always tried to go back to the drawing board of why Batman's no-kill rule is so toxic. But it makes me circle back and realize that if he were to off his rogues, his city would be safe, and his story and legacy would pretty much be over. So the wild cat and mouse game that he loves playing all night in his city has a means that doesn't justify the ends, and that costs millions of innocent people's lives. He claims that they should get a fair chance of getting reform, but can you count on one hand how many of those mass murderers have turned a new leaf? No? Okay, Good, because I can't either. These same psychopaths that break out again and again just get thrown away in jail again after he's crippled them and sends them to a hospital with no health insurance, mind you. And by the way, getting medical attention in the US with no health insurance is no fucking joke. After getting a mediocre amount of medical attention, with no health insurance, they then get thrown into prison, the same prisons that have the slave industrial complex, so they can work for free, both of which Mr. Wayne owns plenty of within Gotham City, both prisons and hospitals alike. So, yes, you could see it's a means to a very methodical and cynical approach to be able to stay rich and in power. And mind you, one of the key traits of a psychopath is that, they're very, very methodical in their planning and not caring who they hurt. So it doesn't matter how many of his children get shot in the back, crippled, how many innocent bodies have to pile up, how many graveyards have to get filled. In the end, Batman's no-kill rule is just a hypocritical, cynical, and methodical plan and approach for him to ultimately stay rich and in power. It has nothing to do with self-righteousness. And I can't believe all of you actually fed into that garbage for the past 100 years, actually. It's actually quite disgusting. Yeah, Batman needs to be studied. Case file closed. Thank y'all for watching. If you like videos like this, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I love making videos for y'all, and let's grind all the way to 1K subscribers. We got this shit. Thank y'all. Love y'all.